Since Luis Fonsi and Daddy Yankee's Despacito remix featuring Justin Bieber came out 1 year ago, the bilingual mega-hit's reverberations through the industry have only intensified. Superstars like Beyoncé and Demi Lovato jumped on Latin hits like Mi Gente with J Balvin and Willie William, and Échame la Culpa with Fonsi, respectively. Viva Latino and Baila Reggaeton became 2 of Spotify's 5 most listened to playlists in the world, according to the streaming platform. Over 1/3 of the acts on YouTube's Music Global Top 100 were Latin. And on the Billboard Hot 100, for the first time ever, 2 Spanish-language songs, Despacito and Mi Gente, simultaneously occupied the top 10, celebrating the past year's Latin takeover. The 29th annual Billboard Latin Music Conference, taking place April 23 to 26 at The Venetian in Las Vegas, will feature panels highlighting how Latin artists and festivals are reaching non-Spanish-speaking audiences, the new trap and reggaeton chart toppers and the game-changing young Mexillennials, taking center stage in the regional Mexican world. On the last day of the conference, Telemundo will broadcast the Billboard Latin Music Awards live from the Mandalay Bay Events Center. Colombian stars Balvin and Shakira lead the nominees list with 12 entries each, followed by Fonsi, Daddy Yankee, Ozuna and Maluma with 10. In keeping with the past year's cross-genre collaborations, non-Latin acts scored a significant number of nods, too, Bieber with 8 and Beyoncé close behind with 6. Here, a look at the nominees for 3 of the big night's top categories. Artist of the Year, J Balvin, Luis Fonsi, Daddy Yankee, Ozuna now surpassing 5 billion YouTube views. Despacito earned Fonsi and Daddy Yankee a spot in the top category. Both artists are also up for Songwriter of the Year. Balvin's exuberant global collaboration, Mi Gente, won him a nod, while rising Puerto Rican reggaeton and Latin trap star Ozuna, whose Odisea is now the longest leading #1 by a male artist on Billboard's Top Latin Albums chart, closes out the quartet of nominees. New Artist of the Year, Alta Consigna, Bad Bunny, Christian Nodal, El Fantasma y Banda Populares del Llano crooner Christian Nodal, who notched his first #1 on the regional Mexican albums tally with debut EP Me Deja Llevar, is up against fellow rising regional Mexican acts Consigna and El Fantasma y Banda Populares del Llano, both of which also scored no ones on the genre's albums list. On the opposite end of the stylistic spectrum, trap sensation Bad Bunny, whose 22 charted hits on Hot Latin songs, 6 of which reached the top 10, and current, first-ever U.S. tour make him a strong contender for the honor. Tour of the Year, Marc Anthony, Ricardo Arjona, Enrique Iglesias. Iglesias and Pitbull teamed up for a blockbuster 2-leg, 35-concert trek. They're up against box office king Anthony, Guatemalan singer-songwriter Arjona, who played one of the first post-Hurricane Maria shows in Puerto Rico, and Mexico's Solis, Griselda Flores. The nominees, Producer of the Year Wisin from Calle, Puerto Rico, known for collaborators ranging from pop stars to urban up-and-comers. He produced boy band CNCO's 2016 debut, Primera Cita, and has also worked with Jennifer Lopez, 2017's Amor, Ozuna, Escapade Conmigo, and Cheyenne. Sounds like explosive reggaeton, exemplified by his own star duo, Wisin. Chris Jede from Carolina, Puerto Rico, now lives in San Juan. Known for the 28-year-old dynamo arrived on the urban Latin scene 6 years ago, producing, writing and arranging for Wisin. Since then, he has racked up credits on tracks by Ozuna and Daddy Yankee. Sounds like sensual Latin trap, exemplified on his J Balvin, Ozuna and Archangel collaboration, Ahoradice, a Hot Latin Songs top 10 hit. Mauricio Rengifo. Sounds like Rengifo, of urban pop duo Kelly Y.L. Dandy and Torres were spreading their tropical urban style long before Despacito, on tracks by Thalía, Alejandro Sanz and David Bisbal. Saga White Black from Quito, Colombia, now lives in Medellin, known for a string of Nicky Jam hits, from Hot Latin Songs record breaker, El Perdón, with Enrique Iglesias to X, the artists J Balvin pair up that is no. 2 on the chart. Sounds like dancehall and Afro-Colombian influences meets more lyrical Colombian styles, reggaeton and pop. Judy Cantor Navas repping for Rocky en Español. Over a 3-decade career, Mexican rock group Maná has scored 30-plus hits on the Hot Latin Songs chart, 15 entries on Top Latin Albums and 24 Billboard Latin Music Awards, and counting. This year, the band is up for Latin Pop Songs Artist of the Year, duo or group. Ahead of the 2018 awards, where the members will receive the Lifetime Achievement honor and give a special performance, frontman FHER Olvera and drummer Alex Gonzalez spoke about Maná's extraordinary longevity and philanthropy. Throughout such a long career, what has been your proudest achievement thus far? Gonzalez, Maná became huge in the United States singing in Spanish. We never did anything in English or any crossover. The US is the most difficult country in the world as far as making it goes, and it's also the most important in the industry. In the beginning, it was difficult for us, but to this day we are selling out the biggest arenas in the US, from Madison Square Garden in New York to the Staples Center in Los Angeles. The band has always embraced social justice, particularly through its Selva Negra Ecological Foundation, which was founded in 1995. What drives that dedication? Olvera, we've always had an interest in collaborating with both people and the planet. We wanted to plant a seed in people's hearts and, together, to respect all the species that surround us, and to fight for a better world. How has the industry changed for Latin rock groups since you started out? Gonzalez, it's disappointing to see how record labels and radio stations have lost interest in rocky and español bands. It's not like it used to be in the 80s, 90s or even the early 2000s. But it's awesome that there are so many genres and fusions of sounds going on in Latin music now. GF guiding the next generation, working with Bad Bunny, Ozuna and a slew of rising regional Mexican acts, respectively. The executives on the conference's New Star Makers panel, Rima's Entertainment founder, co-owner Noah Assad, Demela VVP Entertainment Vicente Saavedra and Herencia 360 founder, CEO Luis Del VR, have learned what it takes to launch non-traditional Latin talent. Advance of their April 24th conversation in Las Vegas, the power trio reflect on their success thus far. How would you describe your style of management? Saavedra, I'm a warrior, I'm a psychologist, they are artists, and they think differently. I'm like a doctor who understands them and enters their mind. Del VR, we start from scratch, where sometimes there's only a mom and dad behind the artist. At Herencia, we are like a university, and education and discipline are fundamental. Our conviction is not just to develop talent, but better human beings. What's your biggest achievement thus far? Assad, Bad Bunny gave me artist recognition, but every step feels like an achievement, from getting to 100 million views to working with artists day to day. Del VR, one of the biggest achievements was 3 gold records from Noel Torres. We believe artists like Cornelio Vega y Su Dinastía, Adriel Favela, Jonathan Sanchez and Omar Ruiz will reach that goal, too. Saavedra, we believed in launching albums when people said to just work singles. Being on the charts for this long has been a major highlight. How have streaming platforms helped your artists? Del VR, streaming platforms like Spotify are really tools to develop a song. Whether the song is actually good determines the success. Assad, YouTube is an algorithm based on traffic and browsing for content. But the algorithm helps you get discovered more than any routine way music is consumed. Saavedra, Spotify and YouTube are the thermometers of music. They allow us to see where we need to go. Justino Aguilar. This article originally appeared in the April 21st issue of Billboard.